What's good, everybody? It's your man here from Masculine Posts. Okay, I just want to do a little quick video here. Um, you know, as a person living in 2023 myself, um, of course, the aim of my channel is to speak to young black men to give them the game or the information so they don't go astray and have some type of mistakes that we possibly would have made, what we made because the information wasn't available to us. I love what's going on in the masculine or manosphere or red pill. Of course, none of these platforms are 100% in themselves, but it gives you a far better hand than what we had coming out. Because I grew up with a certain amount of confidence. I never had a problem with the ladies, but no matter what, we always fall, because the societal pressure, you go a certain way. Me personally, I ended up married, and that didn't end very well. But the point is that there's two things that are working in men's favors these days. Number one is the emergency of channels, man's channel, man's information, because men, we don't really get taken care of. And on the back of the fact, women say, I don't need no man. It's very hard for a young man to try to figure out what's going on if you don't have somebody who thinks the way you do. For me, it was like a case of like, oh wow, I'm not the only one thinking the way I do. When I started listening to a voice from man, I forget the gentleman's name, and then Ibmo, BGS, and so forth. I'm like, wow, these people think the way what I've been thinking. So there's no better time than now that we have this emergency of these platforms. And number two, TikTok. I don't have a TikTok app on my phone. I've never had. As much as it's trash, it allows us to see the mindset of the female being. Because how many men are like just taking out for footy codes they just use for their food? Girls openly telling on themselves about how they just use men and so forth. So that allows the modern man to to project their future in a very healthy way because they have the information available to see what men are saying. Of course, not everybody is on point. Some people are doing this for money, and even some women want to be a part of the manosphere space. But you get to hear what men are saying. It puts your own game, and TikTok allows for women to just tell themselves why they date and so forth, which allows you to work on yourself, project your future accordingly. Give it no mind as far as women, because women was going to be around. My cousin once told me something profound. He said to me, even a homeless dude has got a girlfriend. You know, it happens. You look at the homeless person, you find out he's got access to a girl. So there's no deficiency of females, but there's deficiency of good men. So my message is to those few black men that want to do something with their lives. Look at TikTok and see what the women are saying, who they are, especially when they're pretty, and how entitled they are. And the man space, manosphere, or MGTOW, whatever gets you focused, but don't be bought into so much to hold people on the pedestal. Okay, those two things are very, very important. I won't prolong this message by saying extra things, but TikTok has shown us that females are bought into the narrative of the culture, which is against men. They are happily backstab you, and then when they're hit the wall, they'd be like, "Oh, I regret feminism. I shouldn't have." But if you had a male friend that did you dirty when at the time of need, when you needed that person, and then they said, "Well, it's the culture that allowed me," you can't trust that person for nothing, right? So it's the same thing. TikTok is dripping in nastiness and dirty and foul, but it allows us to see female behavior because they're talking, they're telling on themselves, they're expressing themselves. And the manifest spaces, at least we have a man's voice represented in some sort. Okay, so between those two things, allow yourself to filter the information that's applicable to you and go ahead and chart your course as a young man. We need to see more black men focus on themselves. Do not go back and forth with females. It's not worth it. It's counterproductive. A lot of females have got too much time for that. Y'all men supposed to be the leader, and we're not going to try to lead people that don't need no man. But the time will come. As long as you build yourself, you'll find yourself in a better place. All right. Hopefully this works out for you. Remember to subscribe or like, you know the deal. Peace, love, and blessings.